Well, as you can tell, I'm actually not in Panama anymore. I'm in Colorado, and it was about a year ago that we were there. We stayed in a really magical treehouse in Bocas del Toro, and every day we were waking up to the sound of monkeys, and we were just a short walk away from the most beautiful beaches ever.
The beach that we were really close to is called Bluffs Beach, and it was one of the most beautiful beaches I've ever
It was
been to.
so beautiful.
Yeah, and the water was like crystal clear. There's nobody ever there. The waves were kind of crazy though.
They were crazy. We did get hurt a little bit because
Yeah.
we would get washed up, but it was swimmable and it felt like the perfect temperature and everything. I loved that beach.
And the sand was very orange, so it kind of like mixed with the blue water, and it just looked like a painting. It's
We
really
actually
pretty.
biked there, and our bike got stolen.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We borrowed the bikes from the Treehouse lady. Her name is Lily. I don't know why we just didn't think to lock it, because it was such a remote place and there was no one there. So we really didn't think anything was going to happen, and we were also really close by to the bikes. But we paid Lily back for the bike.
We did
Don't
pay Lily
worry.
back. But yeah, that beach was beautiful. It was a 10 out of 10 in my eyes.
Yeah, that was a good beach.
People always say that we must be so rich if we travel full time, but in reality, it's actually very far from that. We choose to travel in a very specific way where we save up in little ways that we can. That makes it just as much as someone would spend on an apartment.
Yeah, just like living day-to-day life.
One of the biggest ways that we saved up in Panama and throughout all of our travels is we get groceries and cook all of our meals at the place that we're staying.
Yeah, in Panama, we didn't eat out even one time.
Never. And that saves so much money.
Yeah.
Especially because most of the food is produce because we're vegan.
Yeah, we barely even got anything processed. I feel like we were just eating tacos all the time.
Veggies and
Smoothies,
tortillas and smoothies. Another major way that we saved money in Panama was actually staying at this treehouse for free. And the way that we were able to do that was we were exchanging photography and videography for the treehouse called La Selva Nomad Tree Lodge. They needed some photos and videos of their place because it was new and up and coming, and they allowed us to stay in 2 of their tree houses for free. Taylor stayed in one and Sarah and I stayed in the other. And it was such a great exchange. We saved so much money by doing that.
We were living so cheap when we were in Panama.
Yeah.
I wish we calculated how much we spent, because it probably was like nothing.
That definitely opened up both of our eyes in terms of how cheap traveling can be, especially for what we do. Like even in New York when we went, which you guys will see later, we ended up getting so many different vegan restaurant meals for free because they needed photography in exchange.
Yeah. We got hundreds of dollars of food for free and cocktails, and all we had to do was take photos. If you go look at my YouTube video, that's already up with all of the meals we ate, and a lot, like most of them, we got for free.
And they were really good.
Yeah, from there, like I think we've just put more of a effort into reaching out to people and seeing if that trade is mutually exclusive, and realizing that you know, there's a market for that.
Especially in the world that we live in now, social media is so prevalent and they need their products to be promoted.
You also don't even really need a platform.
If you have the skills, you don't even need to put it on yours. You just giving it to them, they'll use it. For example, when we stayed at the La Selva Nomad Tree Lodge, we gave them the photos and videos for their own personal use so they could use it for their website and their Instagram.
Yeah, so all we really needed was like the skills and the portfolio.
Exactly. So if you ever want to go to Nomad Tree Lodge, I highly recommend it. It's beautiful and the people are so nice, and it's in a really remote location that feels like you're so deeply immersed in the jungle.
And I love that.
Yeah, I love it too.
I've been in your waters, been knocking at your door. I know one thing for sure, I've never been so close before.
While we were staying there, we built a small community with the other people who were staying there, Tanya, Luke, and the owner Lily, and we would all go on boat rides together to really insane islands, the prettiest places I've ever seen.
Yeah, like to this day, the most beautiful beach I've ever been to.
We also went to one island that had a beach that was covered in starfish, and that was really cool to see too, because I don't think I've seen a starfish ever before.
The water was so crystal clear there that you really got the perfect visual of the starfish too. So I feel like it was definitely the most memorable experience seeing starfish.
Just one thing to discover. Oh no, it was never built to last. Ooh, well, you just fall in and out of love. Will you just fall in and out of love? Will you just fall in and out of love? Oh, you just fall.
We went snorkeling with schools of fish and saw so many dolphins.
Oh my gosh, I almost cried. That was so magical.
It was really, really beautiful.
And it was also unexpected. Like, we weren't seeking that experience.
It wasn't like a tour where they're like taking you to see dolphins.
We were just on our boat ride to the most beautiful beach known to mankind, and then all of a sudden they're following alongside of us, and it's like your stomach drops, and it just feels really magical.
Hard to see from the moment we arrived. Cornelia, you are one who will survive. When time's been bad, you put smiles on everyone. Think of you and of all I should have done. It don't mean a thing what shape or form that you're
We were in Panama for about a week and a half, and then we took a boat back to Costa Rica, and then from there took a bus ride to the main city of Costa Rica.
Wait, we took a boat?
We took a boat and then a
from
bus.
Panama?
Yeah.
Oh, a boat taxi. Oh, from one part of Panama, yeah. And we thought we were getting kidnapped.
We did. It was really stressful.
Yeah. As soon as we got out from the boat, these people that didn't even have a taxi car, they just had a normal sketchy car with no labels.
Come with us, come with us.
They were like, come.
We're like asking questions, they're not answering. They're just like, get in the car. We were also splitting up with Taylor at that time, so it felt really sad. Like we couldn't have a real goodbye.
Yeah, we couldn't even say bye to her. And then we were like, are we getting kidnapped? But thankfully we weren't, and they just ended up being very pushy taxi drivers that wanted our money.
Yeah, exactly. It was totally fine. Costa Rica is very safe.
Yeah, I felt very
Panama.
safe.
But yeah, we took, I guess, a car and then a bus ride to San Jose, which is the main city of Costa Rica.
Yeah.
And we stayed there a couple days, and Sarah and I impulsively got tattoos.
Oh my gosh.
Which was so funny.
Impulsive.
We just started talking to this guy, and he was talking about how he's a tattoo artist, and we were like, should we get tattooers?
And he was going to work. Like, tattoo artist? Should we get tattoo artists? Is that what you said?
No, I don't know what I said.
He was going back to work, like at that moment we were talking to him, and he already had an Uber ride, and so we literally just shared his Uber ride back to his tattoo shop and then got tattoos. So fun.
I got this one right here.
It's so pretty.
It's just like, I don't know what it is really, but it has a little moon, like stars, arrows, whatever.
Yeah, it's
and
cute.
you got 333. And what else did you get? Is that
I
the
got
one you got?
one.
Oh, you got your...
Yeah. I think that's all I got, right?
Yeah, you got those too.
Yesterday, there was sun and there was rain, beauty in the mundane. And as the light startled our eyes, we let go of disguise. And now, there's something in the air, and a sparkly shimmer on our skin, restoring everything within.
And then sadly, we had to split ways. Sarah's van was in Arizona at the time.
No, it was in Colorado.
Oh, it was in Colorado. Yeah. Okay, yeah, her van was in Colorado. She lives in her van full time, if you don't already know.
This is the van we're in.
It's the van we're in right now. And I am based out of Austin. For the majority of our relationship, we were long distance. But
Announcement,
now we're kind of not. I'm living with her in the van for a while until I save up and get my own van.
Yeah.
And I
Because long
love it so
distance
much.
sucks.
It really does suck. Well,
Yeah.
just like the closer we got, I felt like it just made more sense to be together. This relationship is serious to me.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love you so much and I want to be with you.
And the thing about liking someone so much that you're not physically with is that it really takes you out of the present moment a lot, I feel.
Yeah.
Like I felt like when we were long distance, we were talking a lot and texting and like calling, or we weren't, and then we didn't feel connected because we weren't talking enough. But then when we were, it kind of felt like we weren't totally present in our own worlds, and it just kind of sucks to have like two different worlds from somebody you love so much.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm so glad that that gap has closed and we're like not really doing that. Obviously alone time is still important.
Of course, and we still make a point to do that too.
I'm so happy about it. I haven't even like shared that anywhere.
So we separated after Panama. Well, how long was it until I came and saw you again? I think it was only a couple weeks to a month.
I think it was a month, but it was like hard. I
was a
remember
hard
that
month.
being like one of the hardest months
Yeah.
we had.
We got especially close in Costa Rica and Panama.
Oh, and we actually decided to be monogamous.
Yeah, we did decide to be monogamous.
That was in Costa Rica though.
Yeah, before then we were in an open relationship.
Yeah, not that we really were. It was more of like a label.
It was just kind of like a label, like we were just staying open. We had commitment issues for a minute. But then
You really wanted to close it, and then I really wanted to, but then you didn't want to, and then
yeah,
we had
we were
to
kind
like,
of off and on. But then there was a point where we just were talking about it a lot in Panama and decided that it was the best thing for us because it just
love
makes
each other.
sense. Yeah,
but
we love each other.
the only reason like we didn't want to close it at certain times was because we didn't feel like enough validation that the other person wanted to close it. I felt.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we both wanted that in our hearts. And then one day when we were about to go to Panama, I was like, listen, I love you. I want to be monogamous with you. Like, I'm not interested in anyone else. And I want you to be my girlfriend, and no one else, and blah, blah. And then you were like, I'll think about it.
Gosh.
And then, like, a couple of weeks went by, and that's when we were in Panama, and we were staying at the Treehouse. And one morning, she wakes up, and she's like, I had a dream, and I want to be your girlfriend. And I was like, what does that mean? And then you're like, I want to be monogamous.
Yeah, I basically woke you up and was like, we're doing it.
Yeah, and I was like, okay. So yeah, that was a fun thing that happened on that trip too.
Yeah, I forgot about that actually. That feels like forever ago.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy that we weren't monogamous.
It
in
is
one period
crazy.
of time. But I guess relationships progress. I just felt like from the second I met you, I knew I wanted to be with you. So it's funny that it took us so long to put that label on it. I think we both had commitment issues, so.
I love you so much.
I love you.
So, I flew to Colorado after Panama, and that will probably be the next video you see.
She's
So-
posted now, guys.
She posted now.
She's posting.
Thank you for being here. I love you. Thanks for watching.
Are you gonna post every
And-
Saturday?
Yeah,
Or
I
you
think
are?
Saturdays.
Really?
What do you guys think about Saturdays? What's your favorite day? Comment down.
Wait, are you like going in full force? You're like, I'm gonna.
Well,
do
tomorrow I'm
this.
posting on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
But are you gonna try to do it every week?
oh yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Okay.
Hold me accountable.
So stay tuned. Every week, Saturdays are her videos.
Signing off.
That was so cute. That was really good.
Stop recording.
There was rain.